Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Pixie's Channel Live. And we've got a special guest on this evening. He's below me. You can see him. Is Dennis, DJM Films. How you going on, fella?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I'm hoping I'm live.
Yeah.
Not used OBS for a while. It's I am live, and it's not buffering. Jeanette's just showing me the phone. That's absolutely awesome. Brilliant stuff. Today's title: Why do they bully? Very strong topic, Dennis.
Very strong. Yes, very strong.
So, have you been bullied in the past? I have when I was at school. And if so, how did you sort it?
I was bullied. I was bullied not to a bad extent, but I was bullied in the infant school. I was sort of bullied toward in the start of the senior school, but then I stood up for myself, and then I wasn't bullied after that. It just takes standing up for yourself, thinking I'm not taking this anymore. It just something just tells you that's it, no more. And then that's what happened to me. So, and then I helped other people who I saw get bullied because I knew how it felt. So I was, I didn't sort of step in as the big bodyguard. I just sort of friended them so they could, feel that they had a friend and things like that. So, and then the people who were bullying would leave them alone. So that's how I used to deal with bullies at school and things like that. So yeah, did you get bullied at school?
I did. It was I was in the third year at school. First, second, third, fourth, fifth year. That's how we went back in my day. It was hello Eagle, how you doing? Sorry that we've got people in. We've got Thomas, Eagle, and Jeanette. Hello, you three. Sorry. Yes, I did get bullied at school. Like it was in the third year back then. Didn't have this year 11, 12 was what have you. I think it's year 10. No, year 9 now. What it was, we got this lad. They were a ginger-haired lad. He used to knock about with hardest kids at school. There was about 5 or 6 of them. But there was this one particular lad who used to pick on me, call me names and all sorts. And one day, in one lesson, he were at me all the time, in my ear. I'd had enough. Oh, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, what it were, when they were bullying me, or especially him, I decided to learn how to box. So I could learn to defend myself. I was only a little fella, about 5'6", 5'5". So I thought, right, I'll learn to box and then I can handle myself. So I did that, and then that particular day, he were getting it some, thinking he were a big man. And I says, right, you and me outside, I've had enough. You've been at me all this time. There were 5 of them. Don't get me wrong, my heart were going like that. And so right, you get outside. I smacked him one, and he didn't do a thing. Others didn't do a thing. I thought, thank God for that. I don't condone any fighting or anything like that. But when you took it so far and your head just blows, it were like that.
Yeah.
It were like that. So that's how I dealt with it. But nowadays it's just like talk your head out of it. I can't be dealing with any sort of violence whatsoever. It's just talk your head out of it. I think that's the best way forward.
Yeah, sometimes it's the only way. So, I mean, sometimes the bully will come up to you and bully you and stuff like that. I mean, you learnt boxing. My mum took me to taekwondo instead, and then that's how. When I started to learn that, that's what I sort of used for my defence. But after that, because it looks to other people, when someone's flying around kicking things like that, they tend to forget about bullying you and become your friend because they like what you do. So that sort of helped as well, because they were interested in what I was doing, and that helped me as well just by doing that. I didn't have to do it. I just did it once, and they people liked what I did, and they sort of, oh, how did you do that, and where did you learn this, and just sort of become friends. And then other people saw that I did that, and then left me alone, just in case, And I got the nickname Jean-Claude Van Dennis.
Jean-Claude Van Dennis. I like it. But it's like going with school. Kids, I know from experience, can be very, very, very cruel to each other. very cruel. They can say some nasty things. They can even do nasty things, and it can affect kids in all different ways. It really can. Have you noticed anybody in your school that's been when you were whilst you was at school that had been bullied that much that they've just gone from happy-go-lucky to down and out? If you know what I mean.
I did. There was one kid. He was a bit overweight, a bit small for his size, and you could tell that his mum and dad didn't have a lot of money because of his clothes that he had. You know, it wasn't the top stuff that people wore, and you could tell it was the cheap version of everything. So, but I saw him when he started the school. He was all bubbly and making friends and stuff like that. And then a lot of people started taking the mick out of him. Sort of made him dance in the playground and stuff like that, and you could see him over time, sort of, he'd be walking around on his own, and sometimes he wouldn't even come to school. So it can affect, and it was quite quick. It wasn't over a period of months; it was a period of weeks. It affects him quite quick, and after a while, I don't know if he moved school or but after a while he didn't come, so he didn't come to school. So that's how it can affect. I mean, when someone gets affected at school, I mean, you have a point where you can either lash out, lash back, stand up for yourself. But a lot of people are too scared to do that. So what I tend to say to people is, if you pick on somebody, it can change somebody for life. The way I can explain it is, if someone goes to school, they get bullied, they start to feel, they don't feel confident about themselves. They don't make friends. They make bad choices. Alcohol, smoking, drugs, partners. And then in later years, they can be in a bad place. Like they could start self-harming. More drugs, wrong places, wrong people, and then it can end up in a real bad life. But if you rewind that same person back to the point where they started to get bullied and they didn't get bullied, they would go in a different path. They could be more confident, make friends, they won't make bad choices, they'll get a better job, a better partner. Their life would be completely different. It's just that one point where somebody picks on them, it can change which way they're going in life. So it can be quite hard to see someone being bullied because you know what sort of path they could take.
It's like at school, there's all stops when I did what I did.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, those that aren't capable of doing that, it can be like, well, I can't go after them because there's too many of them, and plus I'm too scared.
Yeah.
And I can't tell the teachers or my parents, because if they get to find out, then I think I'm going to get bullied even more or even worse. So it's like, what can they do?
Some people are really alone, because obviously if someone's picking on somebody, they'll say, you tell anybody how batty, I'll beat you up, and I'll beat you up more. And so they don't tell the mum, they don't tell the teacher, they don't tell the dad or the brothers. They say that they're on their own. You can sometimes see how lonely and upset some people can be. And the government or the schools, they do say, this is a free, a bully-free zone and things like that. But nowhere is a bully-free zone until they actually do something about it properly. I mean, they could, in my opinion, with the film I did, what they could do, they could put a law out, as in, if somebody did commit suicide because they got bullied that much and they had enough, they couldn't do it, if they could trace it back to a certain person, say through the internet, because even if things are deleted now, you can, the police can download anyway and retrieve what they've deleted. So if they can sort of trace it all back to a certain person and sort of prove that this person took their life because of this person, I think that they should personally do some prison or jail time. So it's, that person's took their life because of that person, so they should pay for it. if you get what I'm saying. They should not sort of, I don't know, a manslaughter charge or something like that to show that if you do this, you will get done for the death of that person. So
I fully agree with you there, really do. And it's not just in schools, it's at home, it's in the workplace as well. Sometimes I've been bullied at work, but not my last job that I had, but when I first started working, yes, I did get bullied. But I told the gaffer and whatnot, and he just says, "Oh, like, man, whatever," and he didn't really take any notice. So I says, "Right, I'll have to do what I did at school." But I didn't hit him. I just squared up to him. I went for the biggest one, and says, "Right, any more, and that's it. You're down." And I went virtually nose to nose. Sometimes you've got to go right up to him, but and he stopped. He stops. But like I say, a lot of people can't do that, and a lot of people they just make people's lives a misery. They really do. So,
with that person or that boss knows if that person needs that job because they need the money, the boss can do basically what he wants, as in, you could be nasty, you could tell him, you are doing overtime, you sort of really pull them down and you're not doing your job properly, you've done that rubbish, you're doing it again, can really bring a person down to the point of they want to give up but they can't, but then they take that frustration home, it gives a bad atmosphere at home. It just brings everyone down, and then things can fall apart. Families can break up because of this, and it's just a massive. It's just like when you chuck a pebble in a pond, it just ripples out to everybody in that sort of area. To everybody.
Yeah, it does affect everybody. It's like when that person's been bullied, and then they come home. And then they could be in a mood, so they take it out on the family members, and then that household just gets destroyed with bad vibes every time that person gets bullied. I mean, have you seen anybody in the workplace that's been bullied by another work colleague? Have you tried stopping it and saying enough's enough, stop it? Because nobody would be.
I've not actually seen anyone get bullied at work, but I've had the bullying done to me, because me and Emma used to work in the same place, and the boss lived overseas. So me and Emma were working in this firm. Emma was working in the office. I was doing the manual labour, and then the boss came back, and he obviously didn't like something that was happening. So instead of what bosses do, they can't fire you after you've been there for a while, so you've got your rights, but they can make it very hard for you. So in the office, he made it very hard for Emma. He says she was doing the work right, but he was saying she wasn't. But before he came back, everything was fine, and then he started on me. Why are you finishing so early? Because I've done all the jobs, what else do you want me to do? So he didn't fire us in such, he pushed us to the point where we didn't want to be there anymore. So first Emma left, and then I was pushed out by being, given the worst jobs in the world. And then that was a sort of a bully tactic that me and Emma seen, but we couldn't do anything about it because it wasn't something we could prove, So that was a bully tactic that me and Emma have actually seen, because it was done to us.
Yeah, it's not good when it's like that, is it?
No.
Right, I just want to say a few hellos to somebody in the chat. We've got like Crimson Fantasy, hello mate, how are you? Obviously Jeanette Pickering. We've got Emma, obviously is your wife. Bella, hello Bella, how are you? Hello to Bowser, probably watching. Bexy, hello, how are you? We're just talking about bullying. Why do they bully? What the effects it has on bullying? I thought we'd have a good old chit chat about it. Everybody knows Dennis, or if you don't, this is Dennis, DJM Films. We're just having a good old chit chat. So, going back to
Crimson says, what inspired you to do this?
What inspired me to do this? Oh right. Oh yeah, I've just seen it's just come up. This man's film at the bottom. It was underneath me. The bullying video. Yes. It Very, very, very good film, and I got thinking about it today, and I watched another video from somebody else who I've not supported. It was just recommended on, the recommendations, and it was like school bully and everything. You're only like 3 foot nothing kid getting beat up every day by this bigger guy, and eventually it all got sorted out. They're all friends and everything. But yeah, that is the reason why I thought I'd do this topic. Bullying, because I think it don't get talked about a lot on YouTube. I've not seen many live streams about bullying, so I thought I'd ask Dennis to see if he wanted to come on, and he agreed totally. So I thought, yeah, let's crack on with it. So Dennis, about bullies, why do you think they bully other people? Do you think it's because they think they're better than anybody else, or is it because they're being bullied at home by maybe the family members?
A lot of it, I think it's 50-50. A lot of it are being bullied at home, abused at home. They could have had a family breakup, the dad's left or the mum's left. I mean, that can affect children as well. Sometimes it's because the parents are not hard enough. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to get a around the back of the head, or, I used to get, and it didn't do me any harm, but now you're not allowed to do anything like that. No. You can get put in prison for even touching your child. And then the kids nowadays are different because they know they can get away with a hell of a lot. Before, if they did what they did back in our day, as we say, they wouldn't like it. But yeah, I would say a lot of them are probably getting a hard time at home. But I think a lot of kids at school, they're trying to be the popular one. They're trying to prove something. They have something to prove. So if they've got if you got a lad and they've got some girls around, he needs to prove himself. He's the that alpha male. He's the one that he can do anything. He can pick on people. He can make people laugh. But I think it's a lot of it's they need to prove something. They think they're better than people. If they've got their mum and dad and they've got the best clothes and someone hasn't, then they've got the opportunity, or they think they've got the opportunity to pick on someone else because they're not as fortunate as them. But if they got to know this person and got to know the mum and dad of this person that hasn't got the money that his mum and dad have got, or they could be best friends. They could be really good friends, because at the end of my film, that's why I say, don't be a bully, be a friend. Try and see who this person is. He might be somebody but would be the best friend and be your friend for life. But a lot of people, if you're in a gang as well, it's if you got the person that's the leader of the gang, you just follow. They start picking on people and try and prove themselves, and it's just a spiraling thing. It's out of control. This is why I said this should bring a law in. If it is traced back to somebody, then they do the time. That would scare kids and people. Even adults. If I bully this person and they take their life because of me, and a lot of it's on social media, so they can prove it. Then they will think twice of doing it because they could get put away. That's what I think.
Exactly, I fully agree with you on that one, because like you say, the police, they can trace it back through the IP address and all that lot. It's like, YouTube with your trolls, they're bullies, aren't they?
Yeah.
They try and upset the person who's alive, calling them disgusting names. If somebody said some of the stuff what's being said to me and other people to my face, what they say in there, they wouldn't have any fingers left to type. You wouldn't walk up to anybody in the street what the trolls say to your face like that, would they? They wouldn't dare.
No, that's the thing. You got a bully at school, or you got a bully at work. They're sort of all front, all bark and no bite. As soon as you confront them, they sort of back down.
Yeah.
If you've got a troll and he's trolling you, I've had some real nasty comments about my stuff. I mean, Emma has, and I suppose you have as well. And I suppose everyone in the chat has. At some point, have had some nasty comments. If they were stood in front of you, they wouldn't say that. They wouldn't dare say that, because they're probably the smallest little person in the back, just typing away, doing what they do. But they could be having a bad life as well. But why take it on someone else's? If you don't like the film, you don't like the music, you don't like the live chat, don't watch it. You don't have to say if you want to watch it or not. You know, it's horrible what they do put, because it can really knock you back. But I know to have a YouTube account, and like yourself, you need to have a thick skin to have a YouTube account. Oh, yeah. Because of the trolls, because they are the big bullies of the internet, you know, the trolls. So yeah, they are the equivalent, as in, you know, the playground bully.
You know? Well, they like to think they are, but they're just making themselves look absolutely stupid. You know what I mean? It's like Emma's just not Emma. Bella's just made a comment that she was bullied in a workplace and made her life a living hell, which it shouldn't happen, because it's
more than work.
It's adult life. You shouldn't be having all this lot when you're an adult. No. Leave it at school, or they shouldn't be bullied at all anyway. But you know what I mean? You should grow out of being a bully. But like I say, in your workplace, it's just ridiculous, because you can't smack them while you're at work, because you get fired yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, these bullies, they're just, to me, they're cowards, because they're just in a way showing off in front of the so-called pals, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, the trolls are showing off because they come in packs. They come onto your channel, especially in the live. They come in 10s or 20s, and they just rip you to pieces. They rip people to pieces in the chat, and then they go to follow them on theirs. It's horrible, because if you was to say something back, then someone was to agree with you in the chat, then you know they would then say you were getting bullied right now, and then I was to put in the chat, you know, or delete them or leave them alone. Who are you? Blah blah. He would then come after me because I've said something, you know. But it's horrible. So some people don't say anything. Some people don't remove them from the chat because I like my channel. I don't want my channel to get pummeled out, you know. But they're everywhere, and it's horrible. They should be grown out of it. You know, as soon as you hit college or something, you should grow out of it. So.
Well, you should do, but sometimes people just cannot get out of it, can they? I mean, it's like going back to the trolls. I mean, my advice to people, what somebody told me is, if you're on a live like we are, and all of a sudden we get like 20 odd trolls, let the mods deal with them. Let them get rid, because that's why they're moderators. And then just concentrate on your live. If you just totally ignore them, don't just go, we get attacked. Just ignore them, carry on with whatever you're doing, and then, because that winds them up even more. So just leave them and get on with it, and then your stream will get back to normal. That's my advice if you're being attacked by trolls, because it's all the same form of bullying, like on Facebook as well. But Facebook, all social media, Instagram, they could all try and hate you in some way. Yeah,
there was a sad comment in my comments on the film I made. I mean, I'm not going to say who it is, because obviously it's a public thing. So if anyone wants to go into the comments and see the stories, but there was one girl that she said that she liked my film, and she said she was going to show all her friends. And she wasn't going to skip any. And that's all she said to me. And I said, okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But then she come back to me saying that all her friends were the ones that pick on her. And I felt, oh my God, you know, I said, okay, I appreciate that. And then she said that she wanted to show her friends, because her friends were the ones that picked on her. So she wanted to show them what she would do if they keep doing it. And it really made me feel real sad, because when I read some of the comments, you can hear the pain in the writing. You know, you can see the pain. You know, you can see the person crying behind the text, and it can be hard, because they don't know where to go. Because, like I said, you know, people say if you go anywhere, if you tell anybody, I'll hurt, I don't know, your sister or your mum, or you get your house. You know, I'll put a brick through your window, or so they are scared into keeping quiet. So it does need to be addressed big time, because it's just getting worse. It's a major thing. It's massive. I mean, even infant schools, nursery schools. It's getting down to that point, so you can see how bad it is.
Yeah, and if it starts at infant school, and 9 out of 10 times, everybody grows up with each other in school. If you're staying in the same area, you all grow up with each other. And can you imagine if it starts at infants?
Yeah.
Then it gets to juniors, and then by the time you've got to comprehensive or high school or whatever you call it these days, it's going to be so bad for that person, unless they nip it in the bud when it's like down in the juniors.
Yeah. And a lot of people, if they see people getting picked on, a lot of people won't go up to them and sort of be their friend, because then they know they're going to get picked on.
Exactly.
They want to be popular as well, so they won't want to hang around this nerd, as they call it, or the person that doesn't looks out of place. They don't want to. They might want to help and be their friend, but they won't be, because the big bullies are going to start picking on them. So it's all swings and roundabouts. It's hard to, and they need more training. A lot of people need more training in schools to look for signs of being bullied. You can tell a person if they're being bullied. They're on their own. They're either crying in the corner, or they're just sitting there eating the dinner by themselves. That in itself is not right. So that should be addressed. People or teachers should go up to their kids in the schools and say, look, I know there's something going on. You're not going to get hurt. You need to tell them that. And they need to really deal with the situation, not just tell them off, kick them out of school. That's your punishment. So get rid of the person. What can you do now? If you're going to start this in the school, you don't need to be in the school. You can go. And then he'll go to another school which is made for people that have been expelled. And then if he gets, then he'll start, he'll meet his match there, or she'll meet her match there. And then they'll get kicked out from there. And then that's their own fault. Save the people that want to be there. Save the people that want to get on with their lives, be happy and things. The people that are just causing trouble, kicking them around, they don't need to be, they don't need to be in the same place, get sort of shot them,
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with that. Something needs to be done.
It does.
You can always tell, I'm sure the teachers can tell when something's not right, going back to school, because the marks will be up here, because they're being bullied, they're not concentrating, they're not doing the homework, they're not doing revision, anything like that, and it'll be in a steady decline. And then they ought to think, right, his grades are like, or her grades are like that now, and her grades before were up here, so they'll go back to that point and try and figure out who or what is upsetting them. Then if they can do that, try and reverse the situation where they can start getting everything sorted, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, yeah. I mean, if your child comes in and 1 minute they're all bubbly when they start school and not, there's something wrong. A lot of parents are sort of young parents now. There's a lot of technology around. They're either on computers for work, or they've got their heads in their phones, and the kids are playing around, and they've got their Xboxes babysitting them and things like that. Because nowadays that's what people do. They get the kids, put them on the Xbox, put them away, but you don't know who's in their ears. Then you're not keeping a track on who's in their ears, and they're hearing things that they should be hearing, and they're not. The parent themselves, need to put the phone down, look at their child, and say, look and see if they're happy and talking right, and talk to them about school, and not assume everything's fine, and not assume everything's going to be okay, because deep down inside, there's some people that can really hide it well, and some people don't say anything, and they're the sort of people that do actually do something. The quiet ones, they don't say anything. A lot of people will say they're going to do it, but that can be for attention or a warning. But a lot of people that do something to themselves, that really do mean it, don't say a thing. They're the quiet ones.
It's like our Callum. When he first started, he would say, Jeanette's already said this in the chat, excuse me. Yeah, Jeanette's already said this in the chat. When our Callum first started school in high school, he didn't say one thing. And then we all said, everything alright, everything alright. Then he says, oh, such and such is getting on me and blah, blah, blah. So we went up and it soon got up to school and it soon got sorted. Now, ever since then, he's always said, oh, this has happened, that's happened. Right, get up blower. Straight onto the phone. If there's a right, we'll sort it. Then if it don't get sorted, then we go up to school and go and see him. And then it'll get sorted.
Yeah.
So I know it's hard for the person that is being bullied, but they really do need, like I say, to get the feelings out and tell everything what's been happening, because then something can be done. But it's like you say, if that person that's been bullied gets expelled, then goes to the place where the kids go where they've already been expelled, it's not helping them. It's how can I put it? It's not helping that person to stop being a bully. It's just going to make him being a bully even more if he can bully at that school. I think they need to be getting a lot of counselling to try and figure out why they're being that bully. And do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah,
definitely, yeah. I mean, when I said, he's not, or she's not worthy to be in this sort of school, and they'll go to another school, I mean, yeah, there is, I was probably getting a bit heated then, but yeah, he should get a bit, he should get someone that probably can come in, sit this person down and say, look, why are you doing it? Get to the bottom of why they are doing it. Yeah, because there could be a big problem there. That is true, what you say. Why they, then you might find out why they're doing it, and you could save them as well. It's a good point. Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, in America, I've seen things on the internet where they don't punish their kids, as in, give them a punishment. They don't take their Xboxes off them or anything like that. What they do is they find out that they're bullying this person, and they make them go to school by foot. And it's not just a walk; it's they have to run to school. They have to jog to school. They can't just take a slow plod to school. And the father is in the truck behind them, going, "Yeah, she's my daughter, and I love her to bits. She's my angel, but she's not bullying anymore." And this will, by the time she got to school, she's wet with sweat. She's drained out. He made you do it for a few days. Maybe I don't know if it was a week or something. And she had to, I think it was 5 kilometres to school. It's quite a distance for this little girl. But she soon changed her ways because she didn't want to do that, and that was a good way. And I think that should be done here. But I don't know if that would be classed.
See, that's where we're too soft. If we did that over here, we'd get crucified, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
our country is too soft. Oh, hello down the rabbit hole. Thank you for joining us, talking about bullying, if you haven't gathered already. This is Dennis, by the way, who's below me. I hope the stream is okay and it's not buffering or anything like that. And I hope you can hear us both and we won't be rambling on to each other and not everybody in the chat. So, yeah, where was we? Yeah, our country is too soft. If we can't get the slipper, we can't get the whip, we can't get the cane, and all that you can do is don't do that again. I mean, how is that gonna? You can't even shout at a kid no more without getting.
No.
It's too soft.
No, definitely. I mean, if the kids nowadays got what my parents got at school for a punishment, they wouldn't dare lift their heads. They would do their work, they get on with things, But now things have changed, and kids are just getting sort of out of hand. They just know that they can get away with things. And I mean, there's a school near me. There's a school not about 5 miles away from me, and the school had kids with knives. And it's just in my mum's day or my day, you take a knife into school, you really got done for it. You really did. I mean, now you don't. They just got took down the police station. Because they're underage, they got a talking to, and then off they went. What their parents do with them after that, I don't know. You know, what can they do with them? What are they allowed to do with them? You know.
Exactly. You can't even lock them in the room anymore, can it? Because it's imprisonment. It's mad. It's totally crazy.
Yeah,
take the Wi-Fi away. That'll do. You're in. Wi-Fi off. Bye bye. Who's that that's just come in? I can't quite see. A biker.
Rod Piker.
Oh, Rod Piker. Hello, mate. How are you?
Baz.
I know, Baz Burton. Hello, Baz. How are you? Bullies will be bullies. There will be bullies, but they need to be stopped. They do. They really do, because it's just getting out of hand, innit? Just getting out of hand all the time. It's not good. I just thought I'd have an unusual subject for Pixie to talk about. And if none of you know, this is Dennis McCallum. It's DJM Films. He's done a very, very, very good bullying video, which he made with his daughters and his family. Absolutely fantastic. It's got what, nearly 40,000 views now?
It's on 41, I think. 40,000.
41,000 now. Crikey, that's climbing.
I think so.
And if that helps just one person to stop being bullied, it'd be amazing.
Well, I did talk to you about this with the interview that you put out on your channel. In the comments, people are telling me sad stories, but also in the comments, there's people helping them, people showing that they're not just the only ones going through this, and they're getting together and they're actually helping each other. You know, after they watch the film, they comment, and then someone jumps in and says, "Look, I'm going to help you." You know, it's happened to me, but I've come back from it. You know, if you need someone to talk to, come and talk to me.
Yeah.
And it feels great to know that behind all that film, underneath in the comments, there's something happening. There's people helping each other. It's great. It feels great. It really does, because that's what the bullying film was meant to show. Bullies. That's what I did it for. The bullies and the victims. You know what you shouldn't do, but it's helping in another way as well. It's the people in the chat. They're helping each other, and it's fantastic. It really is.
Brilliant. That's awesome. Hello, Steve. How you going on? Yorkshire Joel Seekers is in. He was bullied at school. Not good.
Did the same as what you did. Confronted.
Yeah, confronted him. Well, what it was after I'll go through the story quickly. When I was at school, they started picking on me, about a group of 5 of them. Especially this one lad. They used to knock around with hardest, didn't you, basically. And so they were picking on me, and especially this other lad. So I went boxing, started boxing, and so I had to look after myself. And one day we're giving it all this lot, so I says, right, you'll be outside, and smacked him one. That was the end of it. And what I didn't say beforehand, he says, even went up to hardest, didn't you? And says, you're next. He went, whoa, hang on a minute. Right, no, you've had him. He says, but any of my lads give you any more trouble, they'd send me over an house automat. So I thought, yep, oh bodyguard. But I don't condone any fighting whatsoever. But sometimes it comes to a point when you have to, if that makes sense. Sometimes you have to, sometimes, or you snap and you can't stop yourself. But if you can talk yourself out and be bullied and whatnot, please do. You'll never stop bullying Chris at school and the workplace. I know we'd all love it to be a happy place where you going to work, you're going to school, you're not going to get bullied, but it needs to be trying to be stopped. You just can't go on all the time for the poor kids and people at work that's getting bullied. If somebody says something that's or somebody's doing something to somebody, you see it, try and have a word with them, say no, keep it hard, that's not called for. So Pixie,
what would you say that would be a good idea to stop bullying, Chris? What would you do?
What if I see somebody?
No, if you could stop bullying, what would you? Like I said, bring a law out. If they could trace it back to this person, then put them into sort of, if someone dies because of this person bullying them, they should do time. What other way could you think of that could stop kids bullying kids at school? Scare them into bullying them.
Scare them into.
Or do you think that would be the sort of only way?
The only way. Well, if they're at school and whatnot, is get them to. You'll find, right, argument's sake, somebody's picking on somebody. That person gets found out picking on whoever it is, making them live in hell. Let them spend a week in a prison cell.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean the big jails, like Doncaster, anything like that. Like the local police sneaks.
Yeah.
Take them down there and says, right, you can spend a week in there, because the rate you're going, if you carry on into adulthood, it could backfire on you, and you could end up being arrested, and this is what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
I think that would scare them. Sorry, go on.
Well, because in America they do have that sort of thing. They have like sort of boot camps. The behavioural boot camps. Kids that are bad at school. They don't respect the mums and the dads, and the bullying and stuff like that. So they send them to this sort of camp for a week or two, and they really do put them through the mill. I mean, there's shouting at them and putting them through paces and stuff, and they say this is where you're going to be if you carry on doing what you're doing. And that's what they should have here. There's nothing here that I know of in this country that that people like that can be put to give them that sort of message. If you carry on, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to be in this prison cell, or you're going to be in this place. People shouting at you. And it does turn when you watch these programs, it does turn the kids to be quite some different people. It does work. It does work.
It does. Rod Piper, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Chris, that would have been more acceptable years ago. Hitting back is not now acceptable. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying what I did when I was being bullied. I know a lot's changed, and our country has got a lot soft with that respect. You know what I mean? You can't even shout at a kid, and you're going to get like told off and whatnot, are you? You can't do nothing.
No.
So something needs to change. To at least.
I mean, you see kids going up to the teachers because they took the phone off them, and they give them a smack in the face, and they get the phone back. The teacher can't do anything. He's just standing there. What can I do? You're not doing your work. I took your phone off you. You can then come up to me and smack me in the face, can you? That's not right. And the teacher has to take it, because that teacher reacts back. He loses his job instantly. Instantly, and that kid comes back to school the next day to bully the next teacher. Yeah. It's and I think it's Rob Piker said the authorities now do more for bullies than they do for the people that are getting bullied. I said with the teacher, he had no leg to stand on. He could not do anything, and this kid is laying into him, taking his phone back. This kid knocks him down to the floor. The kid gets up with his phone, sits back on his chair, and the teacher gets all bloodied up, stands up, couldn't do anything because he's not allowed.
No.
And the kids know that nowadays. The kids know. They know it, and they play the game really well.
But couldn't they
play the system?
Couldn't the teacher say self-defence?
I don't know. He would be underage for one. He's not 18, so he won't be an adult. So,
or reasonable force.
I suppose reasonable force is going to detain him, but I don't know.
It's like if somebody's going to smack you on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's underage and everything, but and he got witnesses with the children.
Yeah, but I think he would get, like what Piker said, I think he would get, well, you're the adult, you should know better, you shouldn't have done that. And the kid gets away free again. He could say, well, I've defended myself. Well, because you're the adult, you should have took it, you should have done it a different way. You can't hit minors.
I don't necessarily mean hitting him by...
No, yeah, I'm just saying...
by the scruff of the neck, out you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't even do that.
No,
Can you?
so that's no, because they say you touched me, abused me. Gone.
Yeah, you're gone. It's just
Done.
absolutely ridiculous.
And that teacher would never get another job in another school.
Pardon?
And the teacher would never get another job in another school.
No, so why did he get sacked or hired a kid?
Yeah,
Not the story behind it, that would be living daylights out in him, like, you know what I mean, to get his ball back.
Yeah. That's right.
Absolutely crazy. Was that in England then, or was that in America?
That was in England. UK. Yeah, UK.
There you go, too soft. You know what I think they should do? I think they should bring back 2 years national service. And I think it's sort
2 years national service. Oh God. Yeah.
I think that will sort a lot of them out.
2 years you have to go after school. Well.
Yeah. So 21, in you go. 2 years, go back out. If they ain't got a job, get them in.
In the army.
In the army. 2 years national service. I think they should bring that. There were talks of bringing it back at one point. I think that's all gone quiet now. I did the same, Chris. I was bullied for a number of months at high school until I hit back. The only thing is I got into a lot of trouble because I hurt him badly. Well, saying that, I only smacked him on his nose, but I got suspended for a week. And that was... He didn't get suspended. I got suspended for a week, but that's odd because I found out that I knew boxing. I said to teachers, as long as they've been at me all the time. Says, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and take it. Says, why don't you tell me? I said, well, what would have you done? I said, don't do it again. Innit? Especially back then. I can remember one teacher though you didn't want to mess with. Because
I think every school's got that, hasn't it?
Oh God, yeah, he used to throw chalk rubbers and all sorts of you were messing about in class, that was it, chalk rubber on the back of your head. I had great things with wooden handles.
Yeah.
And he used to come up with ruler and smack you right on, and good old days.
They all had the right names as well. What was his name? I mean, the worst teacher in school always had that name, didn't they?
Oh,
what
yeah.
Was it? What was the teacher's name?
Mr. King.
Mr. King. That's a good name.
King. I were only in one of his classes, thank God. Oh, I were a bad one. But everybody, or near enough everybody, did the work in that class. Because it wasn't soft, he controlled the class. It wasn't soft. And that...
Now the kids...
Sorry, mate.
Now the kids have got their earphones in, listening to the music, drinking the pot, doing a little bit of work if they want to, talking to their friends. That's the classroom nowadays.
Yeah. It's just not good. I think I'll go on for about another 10 minutes. I've been on for an hour. So it's been a good subject today. If anybody's got any suggestions of any other subjects that would like us to talk about, maybe Dennis would like to come on again in the future.
I'd love to come on any time, Chris. I really would.
Awesome.
But I jumped to the chance on this one because I'm so against the bullying side. You really just need to.
I thought it would be one of your topics, especially with the bullying video that you did, because nobody's seen Dennis's video for the bullying video. I would recommend that you watch it. It's very strong, very powerful, and very, very good. Can't you hear Mr. P? Says Karate Joe. Oh.
I can hear you.
Oh, Jeanette can hear me. Or are you just messing about karate?
Me.
Hey?
Probably aren't about me.
Oh. Now we are in a nutty world where kids can divorce their parents. Yes, that is right. That is just crazy, that, isn't it? Or is that because, like I said, they take Wi-Fi off, so they get strap on so they divorce them, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. Back in my day, it was like, slipper, clip right here, I'll get off the bed, no telly. That was it, done.
Put the link into Dennis's, can you?
I can't, because it'll mean me going into the internet, but if anybody can find Dennis's video and pop it in the link, that would absolutely be awesome. Or can you do that for me, Dennis?
I'll do it.
Jeanette says she's doing it.
It means I've got to come out for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I will fully I would strongly recommend you watch that video and share it around. It is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, Chris. It's something I really worked hard on to show what it can do. It can be, like I say, it's a pebble in the pond. It just ripples out to everybody. It shows how devastating it can be without. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, well, it will explain itself if people watch it. So.
Yeah. Excuse me. Hello, Kim. How are you? Greetings, Chris and everyone. Only got 10 minutes before work. See this as a popular discussion. Smile, everyone. Thank you for coming in, Kim. Thank you very much. Yeah, I thought it was a different topic to talk about, bullying. And we've gone through the effects of people that get bullied, and also why people do bully each other, and where it starts, or where we think it starts from.
What's the link?
Argument's sake, if you saw somebody in town, you're walking about with aberrant kids and whatnot, and you saw 3 chaps or 3 young lads, the school kids, picking on this other lad, would you go up to them and say, "Nah, then lads, calm it," or would you just walk past? Would you try to diffuse the situation?
No, you could do that too. You could answer that in 2 ways. I'd love to go up and diffuse the situation because this is not fair, blah, blah, blah. But then you have, are they going to turn around and stab me? It's because you know that's the way things can be. If people are going to be picking on people, you know, if that person's going to lash out back at you, you know that gang's going to have a backup plan. And if something, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, if you notice, just get the phones out and start recording because they know something's going to happen.
Yeah.
For a person to go up now in this day and age, in this society, to go up and try to diffuse something like that is a brave person, because that person doesn't know what he's going to be walking into. But I would want to go up and diffuse the situation, because it wouldn't be fair at all. I mean, if you've got kids in the playground, diffuse it straight away. But if you've got a gang of lads uptown picking on somebody, you sort of got to get the authorities there as quick as you can and see. You just don't know what's going to happen to yourself. You don't know nowadays. So, but yeah, I would love to diffuse it. What would you do yourself, Chris?
Well, speaking of everybody having mobile phones, I probably would go over and I'd have my mobile app filming them and say, "Look, I've got your video. Oh, it happens to me. It's all on there, guys. And try to take it off if you can." Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm the adult, and yeah, I defend myself, obviously, but I won't.
Yeah.
Go, straight in. No, I defend myself, obviously, if they try to attack me. But 9 out of 10 times, if you're an adult and it's these teenagers, they're mainly all lit.
Yeah, all lit.
Because there's a gang of them. So what I try and do is like say, "Look, you're all on video, boys. Leave them alone. If you catch you doing it again, it's going to coppers, or I'm going to phone coppers up, and then I'll show you what you've been doing to him." Hopefully that'll diffuse it. But like you say, if they do have a go, you're snooking, aren't you? So I'm hoping it would scare him into saying, "Right, all right, let's go, lads, let's go on." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it would or not, I don't know. Like you say, you don't know whether you're going to get stabbed. Hello, Barra Boy, thanks for coming in. How are you? Welcome. This is Dennis, DJM Films. That link that Jeanette put in, if you scroll up in the chat, that is his bullying video. So if you want to go and click on that and watch that, and leave a comment to tell him what you thought of it, it'd be absolutely awesome. And don't forget to share it, because trust me, you won't be disappointed with it. Very, very good. Right then, guys, another 5 minutes and we'll call it a day, I think. It's been rather...
I thought there would have been more watches today. Means it's a really...
I don't even know how many
it's a big... I think it says on my side 10. But I thought there would have been a lot more people in there, because it's a big subject. A lot of people
big subject,
like to talk about this. They can talk about how they got bullied, or I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I did watch a bully chat once, and a lot of people in the chat saying that they regret being the bully. You know, they do regret their kids when they were kids being a bully. They did a lot of nasty things, but they're sort of they've got remorse now, but it was probably a bit late because the person that they were picking on is probably not here anymore, or in a real bad place still because of them. You know, but they were admitting that they were the bully. You know, it takes a lot to admit that you were the bully, but you are sort of reformed now. But they're the sort of people that could talk to bullies because they know how they operate. They could talk to bullies saying, look, I used to be a bully, but when you get to this age, it doesn't mean anything. You've not achieved anything. You're not the bigger person. You just... And some people, they've got a lot of guilt in them. You know, they will ring up people that they bullied 10, 20 years ago and apologise. You know, it's really weird, but I think that would be a good thing to do. Get the bullies that do feel remorse in their older years to go and talk to the bullies and say, look, I've been a bully, I've been where you are. Don't do it. It's no good. It doesn't do anything. It's just a waste of time, and you're just going to give this kid a really bad life. So that's a good way of doing it, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Like they could be like the counsellor for them all, couldn't they?
Yeah, because they know how they work. They know how they're thinking.
Yeah, it's a very, very good point, that is. Right then, guys. It has been just under an hour. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. I'd like to thank Dennis for talking about this particular subject today. Been absolutely awesome. Thank you everybody in the chat who's been coming in. We'll be doing some more topics. Oh, hello, dog. We'll be doing more topics in the future. I've just got to think of some of what to do. So thank you guys. I just will see you all later. See you later, Dennis.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.